Oh, and welcome. I hope you can hear me okay. Whoops, that just happened. Okay, but this is live, so it's okay. All right. So, hello again. We are in my workshop slash garage again, and today we are going to attempt to make a keyboard, but not like a keyboard for a computer, more like a keyboard for a board for your keys. So, which I made plenty of, and you can see some of them on my Etsy site. But this time I'm going to use something a bit different because normally what I do, I take these valve covers from various cars. This one's Porsche 911 70s. I clean them, I paint them. This is just painted in some primer, and it waits for the final coat of paint, which you can choose when you buy those. I also use BMWs, Alfa Romeo, and so on, but you can check that out in my Etsy store. But today we are going to be building with this beautiful cast piece. This is a cast aluminium plaque. I know Americans say aluminum, but we are going to call it aluminium because that's what it's actually called. So as you can see, it's cast. I don't know which year it is, and I'm suspecting it comes from some sort of a machine because we have this wheel here, this geared wheel here, probably electrically powered because of this red arrows here. The company was probably called Nibel and was obviously based in Italy in Luino. I don't know if this is the name of the actual machine. I googled it very briefly and I didn't find nothing, and I didn't bother to Google it further. I may do that, but I just fell in love with this piece and with the patina it shows. It doesn't show good on camera, but it actually has this yellow metallic background, which is very nice. I very like from old machinery like in coal mines or power plants, where I used to have like uh, practical lessons, let's say. But nevertheless, this is the piece we're going to be using. I already tested my belt grinder, which you can see there, on these edges, and they came out very nice. And I'm going to take some material down on all of these edges. I mean, this is okay like it is. I maybe touch up some here and there a little bit, but this I did nothing to. But I'm going to just remove some material from this face, and if you would look very closely, you would see that these letters are raised to the same level as this piece, and these letters are a bit shallower. So what we're going to do, we're going to have an effect of this old patina looking image, and with the structure and with the paint and everything will be preserved, but we will have a nice clean edge around here and around these three words, and this will stay like it is. I would prefer that the whole inside would remain untouched, but I don't think I will manage to do that on that particular belt grinder, but we will see. Firstly, we're not gonna use it like this. I don't want to drill holes and put like some place for keys, for car keys or something like that. We're gonna give it a black background made from this MDF wood that is sitting right there. So this is what we have. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I just come a little bit closer to you. make it so. Oh, sorry, I hit the tripod. How clumsy I am. How clumsy am I? So now we have this piece of MDF, which is very badly cut to shape because I just needed to make a hole in something different, and we're gonna reuse that scrap, and we're gonna make it somewhere like this when we're gonna put it here. This will be painted black when it's ready, and I will give it the same distance here on these three sides, and I'm gonna give it like, I don't know, somewhere around this space. I'm gonna put 3, I guess, three bolts for your keys. I think 3 will be okay. 4 will be a little bit tight, but we're gonna measure it and divide this distance when we cut it to shape. So that's the first thing we have to do. We have to cut this to shape, so it's square. Then we're gonna put this here, mark where everything is, and when we're ready with that, we can go ahead when we have everything planned. We can go ahead and clear coat. So prepare the edges and clear coat this. When it's clear coated, we can put it in another room, and then we can work on the wood. Because if we start to work on the wood right now, we will have enormous amounts of dust here. Actually, I do have something that I have to do. Sorry. That noise in the background is the air filter, which I have to use because of the small space. This fills with dust very quickly. So let's start with squaring. No, let's start with planning everything, and yeah, then we can square it off. But yeah, let's start with planning. So what do we have here? We have, I'm gonna put it like this so you can see it better than I actually do. These edges are not, this is all free-handed with a jigsaw, so these edges aren't even straight like this. So I think we're just gonna, you know what belt sanders are great for? Sharpening your pencils. Yeah. So we're going to start with one straight edge here. The first one. Okay, that's actually not correct because we have a lot more material here and not so much material here. So when I cut it here, I would have to remove this part, which I'm not so comfortable about doing. So, oh yeah, and we have some pitting here on the surface. So we have to decide which surface we're going to use. And this, I think this is the B side and this is the A side. What I mean by that, this is the nicer side, so this flatter. Yeah, I think so. So we're gonna use this side. We're gonna start with our first straight line. Maybe I should use this instead. Although it's not really, no, we need to make one straight edge first, and then we can go from there. So this is our first straight edge. We're going to, I think I have to go with something around a centimeter, because I have a curvature right here and some wonky things going on around here. So now we have 13 around 13, and here we have 10 and 10. So now we have to mark 10 millimeters on both sides and make those lines. Oh, and when we have it already here, we can mark the centers of the holes. so we can pre-drill the holes for the screws, because if you don't do it on MDF, it like pulls the fibers apart from the glues and it looks all nasty. Yeah, let's go here with 10 millimeters and here with 10 millimeters. We do the same on this side. 10, 10. All right. So this is here. This is our 10 millimeters. Okay, my corner is just around this wonky area, so I have to. That's a good thing that I'm using all the material that I have. Sorry if I'm rambling. It's extremely hot today. Okay, so 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, and now we have to decide how deep to go here. I preferably would go around, I would say, 3 centimeters. So that's around here. So then we would have something like this. And here will be the screws for your keys. Yeah, I think 3 centimeters is okay. So let me verify. We have 10 millimeters, sorry, here, and let me mark our 3 centimeters here. I moved it, oh no. Well, you know what, actually this is around 3 centimeters. I think I'm okay with that. Just like let's simplify this the thing. We will round off the corners manually with, on the bend sander after that. Okay, so we know where we want to cut. We know how to square it and focus on our attention on this. So yeah, a bit of sanding, and then a bit of cleaning, and then a bit of prepping, and then a bit of painting. So let's move to there. Yeah, I think I have to move you guys to come with me. So this is what we have. I think it came out great. And yeah, now let's clean it a little bit and let's paint it. I think that's okay. I've already cleaned it before, but it had some oxidation. I'm just going to give it one more go on the machine, and then maybe like prep it manually, so to find any imperfections. Yeah, this off. Right, enough is enough, otherwise this stream will go on like forever. Because I have this tendency to put more work than I should in some things. and then they take forever to get finished. They are perfect on the end, but you know what? Perfect done is better than perfect. Yeah, done is better than perfect. And now we can degrease it. So, a word of advice, if you're doing something like this at home, I forgot what I wanted to say. Yeah, about grinding aluminium. Aluminium is a very reactive metal, like in from common metals. So it begins to oxidize, so to react with air very quickly. So I did the tests on the site for like 3 or 4 days ago, and it already had been in the garage long enough to develop some nasty stains. This is typical white aluminium. Sorry. Whenever you were ready with the grinding or facing off or whatever you want to call it, you have to go straight to the painting process and don't leave it in the garage for a few hours or a few days like I did. Well, I did it because I was just testing the grinding, the belt sander, and so I was testing the belt and the idea, so that's why I've Okay, so we are ready there. So let's give it a quick coat of paint. Sorry, I think my lens was dirty. Let's give it a quick coat of paint and then let's go to do the black plate, that is the backing. So while that's drying, we can turn our attention to the wood. I will, however, go out in a few minutes and give it a second coat. Hair looks terrible today. Whatever. And yeah, let's put this on the side. Yep. So I hope the background noise of this filter that I have running isn't too loud. If it is, let me know, so I can replace it with something else. This piece of wood to my workbench using double-sided tape. I've seen people do this before. However, I'm not entirely sure if it's gonna work in this scenario. So yeah, this is like the area that I will have to work with. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yep, seems sturdy enough. I hope I can get it out, get it unstuck. I don't have a professional dust collecting system, although I probably should by now, because I'm almost 40 and I do this stuff for a very long time. So let's see if it fits. Yeah, it fits. I don't know because it's not actually my vacuum cleaner. Do we have power? Yeah, we do have power. So again, sorry for the noise. This will be loud. I'm back with you in a sec. I try to do this free-handed. Let's see how good I am. So that's the majority of the work done. We have 2 edges left. We're gonna flip it, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh shit! I thought I broke it, but I didn't. So that's good. This is a fucking nightmare to remove. So I think it's suffice to say that I'm not a fan of this method. Maybe my tape is low quality, although I doubt it. Maybe it's because it's 3M's nano adesivo. But maybe it's old, that could be it. Or maybe it's just not for the, fit for the purpose. Whatever the case, I will repeat that method with this another 2 cuts, so I can do exactly like that. Let's see if 1 is actually enough. Why are you not saying there is nothing on the this? Well, it holds, so you can put it here like a slider. Make the other cut. Finally. Okay, that's better. So we're gonna finish it off on the belt sander. So now when we already have this shape, let's see how many screws we can put for the keys. I was considering 4, but it turns out I only had 3 there, so that will be that problem solved. However, I feel 3 is more than enough. We put 1 in the middle, of course, and then we put this one around 2/3 of this distance, and we're going to do the same on this side, so we know how to divide and so on. And yeah, we don't want it too close, so let's put it around there. Gonna measure that distance and we're gonna drill it right now. So yeah. This is 1.3. 1.3 should be good. Okay. So of the plate, and the plate is 21.5, so that's 10.75. So okay, that's the middle, and this distance is 12. Is it? No. Fuck. This distance is 11.6. 11.8. Yeah, so actually that's the middle. $11.7. 11. So 11. We make it 8 centimeters in both directions. 8 here, 8 here. The paint on the plaque. So the paint is looking good. Let's get some drilling action in here. I just realized that I just can show you part of the process today, because we actually have to wait for the clear coat and for the black paint to dry on those. So I can't show you the full process, but I will show you it in another video. Yeah, I think that's good. 1, 2, 3 pair of keys. So let's drill those. These are actually, what are they? Permacans. Millimeters. Yeah, they're 6 millimeters. So let's get something to make some holes. 6 millimeter holes. Okay, we have a 7 millimeter. Will be. We don't have anything else that has to suffice. If we do find something else, then we will use something else. But I don't think. Oh, that's probably a 4. That's a 7. And that's a 5. Oh, that's a 5. That's a 5. Oh, yeah. Well, let's test it out, because either I checked the diameter here incorrectly, or that's not actually a 5. Holy shit, that's wobbly. Yeah, I need a bigger one. A bigger one. You don't have a big drill for wood, so let's use this one. this is what happens when you drill into space. You don't drill into something else. I'm not going to do that with this one, and I show you the difference. This is what happens when you just drill MDF like flying in the air. Yeah, I mean, it will do. It's not perfect, but it will do. So, bit of coffee. Bolts for these 3 bolts. First one goes like this. You see the difference? There's nothing here. That's because the drill bit doesn't have any room to push the material out of the wood. And here you just push the material out before you drilled through. This edge, however, has something. That's because this drill bit is dull. But we're gonna take care of this in a minute. So this is what we have. And now we have to prepare it for the screw. So from the front we have all this nastiness, we don't want that. But we don't want to do it too deep. So we just want to get rid of this, you know, this frayed material that we created. On this side, however, now in retrospect I should have done it differently, because here we have a nice perfect edge, and on the other side we had to do some work. But on this side we need to countersink this bolt so it lies flat with the wood. Right now it doesn't, but we need to do it because this will sit on a wall probably somewhere at someone's house. So we have to have this countersunk. So let's do that right now. Just like that. Now let's do that 2 more times. Okay. So it's okay if it's a bit too deep, it cannot be too shallow. Oh! Yeah. What we're going to do now, we're going to do there you are. We're gonna do a few mounting holes, because the way it's gonna be mounted on the to the wall, you're gonna have 2 mounting screws here, and then onto here, and fasten and make it tight with the provided screws. So let's take a measurement. So it seems like we know what we're doing. This is an approximate measurement, so don't worry about it too much. Let's say I don't know, 3.5 centimeters here, and then three and a half centimeters here. I actually need this piece of wood that I just thrown out. I need it back. So now we are going to, I'm doing the same mistake. Okay, whatever. We are going to drill this mounting hole. And these are 4mm holes. So I think that's plenty just to hang your keys from the wall. Perfect. So now these are obviously holes for some bolts. So what we need to do is countersunk them also. Where is my countersunking bit? Yep. Yeah, and that's now ready. We're gonna mount the plate when we have it all painted. So we just position the plate, make 4 small holes and put 4 small screws in. Now we can paint this. It's a bit dirty, but it's okay. It's black paint anyway. We need something to stand it on, like that. Maybe not like that. So we can make a mess on that. That's not a problem. So now we are prepared to paint it. So let's go like this. Let's put that out of the way. So I don't know how old this paint is. I'm assuming pretty old because I didn't even remember I had it. So let's hope it's still okay. Alright, that's interesting. It should be black, but it's obviously milky white. So I think all the pigment went down to the bottom. Let's see. Yep. Would you look at that? All the pigmentation in the paint actually went to the bottom of the can. So we have to mix it around. Pretty good. Like I said, this paint is very old. And I'm actually happy that it's in this state and that it's reusable, because I don't have any. It's very thin and it goes into the pores of the MDF like you wouldn't believe, and it just disappears into the MDF, and it doesn't change the structure of the wood, which is good when you want it, but we don't want this. We want a bit of this, a bit of different structure than we have right now. So we're gonna paint it with this paint and hope it's good enough. Okay, I'm actually tired. Must be okay now. Right, so oh, I mean, come on. That's not the way it's supposed to go. We actually mostly care about this area, about the sides, and about the area where the keys do it in one coat. We need more than one coat, and unfortunately you need to wait between coats, because this is a water-based paint, so I don't want to introduce too much water into the MDF. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Gonna wait for this this paint to dry, and then we're gonna apply more coats. However, in the meantime, I won't be holding you here for the next few hours, so I'm gonna end the stream now, and I'm going to show you the product in the next video, or you can check it out when I'm done with it in a few days on Instagram. In the meantime, bye, and yeah, have a see you next time.